Okay, so we definitely need to talk about that. Hello everybody and welcome to a special edition of the Fandom Show where I'm sharing a little bit of my response to the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. Just so you know, this is not going to be one of those deals where I pick apart everything piece by piece and just really delve into all the details and try to get everything I can out of it. That's not what I'm doing here. This is just a little bit of my personal opinions about the trailer for what I think is going to be a really awesome movie. So let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, I love this title. Okay, so I'm kind of breaking this up into two segments. Basically, I have three burning questions that I'm wondering about from that trailer, and then after I'm done discussing those, I'm going to make three predictions for Episode 9, and when the movie comes out, we'll see whether or not I'm right. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun, so let's get to it. So, my first question is, what is the connection between Rey and the Skywalkers? If you remember, back when Force Awakens came out, everybody was like, oh, I bet you Rey is Luke's daughter, or I bet you Rey is Luke's granddaughter. But in Episode 8, Rey says that her parents were nobody of note. They were just a couple of, random peasants, whatever. So maybe not. But here's my question. What if the people that she thought were her parents weren't actually her parents, and maybe she was adopted, maybe she was left on their doorstep as a baby, something like that, and her actual lineage is different? Now, I know that might seem kind of cheesy, but remember, there's precedence for this in the series because baby Luke Skywalker was left with his aunt and uncle when he was young, and it took him a while to figure out his true identity. So maybe not, but I'm very curious to see how they tie Rey into the Skywalkers because there has to be a connection there. I mean, come on. That is the look of a Skywalker. Okay, I want to draw your attention to this scene.
No one's ever really gone.
Now, I'm sure you can recognize that as the remnants of a Death Star laser. We of course know from the series that there were two Death Stars, both destroyed. We don't know for sure whether this is the laser from Death Star 1 or Death Star 2, but if it is the wreckage from Death Star 2, it stands to reason that it would have landed on the moon of Endor. Does that mean that there are Ewoks nearby, perhaps? I'm just throwing out ideas here, people. I wonder what a 2019 version of the Ewoks would even look like. And last but not least, how in the heck is Palpatine back? I'm going to be really interested to see how they work that into the story. Now, to suggest how it might be possible in the expanded Star Wars universe, there were a series of books that continued the story after Return of the Jedi. And those books did indeed bring Palpatine back. Now, here's how they did it. They basically said that when Palpatine was thrown into the pits of the Death Star in Return of the Jedi, that his spirit was separated from his physical body, and his spirit remained alive and was able to manifest itself into a different physical body with all of his force powers and all that, so that he could continue his quest to dominate the galaxy. I don't know if this is where Episode 9 is going to go with it, but I do hope that whatever explanation they do come up with is convincing and not contrived, because otherwise it's just going to seem like something they came up with to shoehorn the Emperor in there, and that would be extremely unfortunate. But I mean, come on. How can you not do something cool with this guy? Okay, that does it for the question, so let's move on to the predictions. Prediction number 1, Rey kills Kylo Ren. Now, I know this might seem kind of predictable based on how the movies have been going, but Star Wars is a series that flips the script. You might remember that Luke Skywalker didn't kill Darth Vader. Well, okay, he technically killed Darth Vader, but he didn't kill him in battle. He killed him because Vader told him to take the helmet off, which caused him to die. Okay, now as far as Rey and Kylo go, there's been this whole weird kind of dynamic between them throughout the first two movies, so I think that here in the third movie we're going to see Rey finally defeat Kylo and put an end to that particular Sith Lord. But he does get his mask back, so that's something, right? For my second prediction, I think we're going to see Obi-Wan Kenobi appear as a Force Ghost. Now, I know, the movie is supposed to be Skywalker-focused, but you cannot talk about the history of the Skywalkers without talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi. He played a pivotal part in their story across multiple generations, so I think it would be kind of cool to see him appear as a Force Ghost and get involved in this last chapter of the Skywalker saga. And personally, I liked Ewan McGregor's take on the character and would like to see it again. And for my last prediction, I predict that Lando Calrissian will die in this movie. I know, I'm being a killjoy here, but you have to realize that Lando's getting up in age. We know this is going to be the last chapter of the Skywalker saga, and I just think it's highly possible that this may be Lando's last kick at the can. I hope that I'm wrong. I suspect that I'm not. We'll see what happens when the movie comes out. Alright, that is it for a special breakdown and review of the Episode 9 trailer. We will be getting our Star Trek episode out fairly shortly, and later on this month I will be right here with another exclusive review of Avengers Endgame. That one is going to be a big one. You do not want to miss it. As always, thanks for watching the Fandom Show, and I will see you next time.